What is up, my little demented necrophiliacs? Um, Somebody wanted to see my creations, so I've decided I'd make a video and show you. How about that? I'm going to show you these teams, make it a bit easier, and I will show you them individually, and I will tell you when they were first created. How about that? Why not? And I don't really have a backstory for all the characters, but I'll tell you what was in my head when I created them. So here we go. Bad Justice. Now these teams are more put together, more so for the purpose of the video, and I will tell you if they're an actual proper team. So Joan Ferguson is a character from Prisoner Cell Block H. On her right arm, you can't see it, or is it her left? On her left arm, she has a Wentworth Detention Centre logo. There you can kind of see it, look, a little bit. And on her chest, she also has a logo, Wentworth Detention Centre, because that's where she works. Tommy is based on a real wrestler. She was called Terrible Tommy. So she was, and she didn't have many teeth, and she was quite vicious. Delight is a band from the 90s, and the lead singer was Lady Kerr. And Lady Kerr was very sexy. She had bright red hair, and she liked to wear catsuits. So I made my own interpretation of Lady Kerr. And Betty Boo, singer from the 90s. And they both are really, I guess, one-hit wonders in a sense. And not really a team. They are two gothic superstars. Basically, when I created Rosie, I wanted to create somebody who was gothic, punk, emo, scene, all rolled into one, all the fucking thing. But she is 90% goth, with like little parts of the other genres, you know. Yeah, I love that movie poster, and that movie poster is hanging on my wall, and it's for a movie called The Hearse. And it's a pretty crap movie, but once again, like most retro movies, the posters are amazing. Daphne is from WCW, and she is known as the Queen of Scream, and she could scream. She's very 90s goth, but later on, as her career progressed, she kind of became more polished. But I prefer her from the 90s. She went out with this guy called David Unger, and she used to wear T-shirts that said "Hunger for Unger" or for Unger, because she was hungry for her man. She's the first woman to win the Cruiserweight Championship by mistake. She pinned her boyfriend by mistake, and she ended up becoming the first woman to win it. She also regained the title by default as well. She lost it in a proper match, but there was a bit of rivalry, and when she was regaining the title, her opponent was knocked out by somebody, and she ended up pinning them. So she got lucky twice. Um, Vegas Lady, pretty self-explanatory. She never really had a name. I think I used to call her the Tourist or something. But then I actually created a character called Tourist with flip-flops and denim shorts and a fucking flowery shirt. Kind of like a female fucking Tom Selleck, you know. But Tourist, or no, Vegas Lady became Vegas Lady, I'd say about 2009. But before that, I just used to call her Tourist. She pretty much wears... See, because she has a gimmick of being Vegas Lady, somebody who likes a flutter. She has her gambling gloves on, her poker gloves, because she's somebody who likes a flutter. I need some tea, hold on. But yeah, because she's somebody who likes a flutter, she can kind of get away with wearing whatever. Steph. Steph is from a TV show I used to watch. I didn't watch it as such. We watched a TV show in school. You know, we had a teacher, and we had this teacher for 4 periods: maths, and double religion. Religion. Well, pretty much she covered everything in the first 2 periods. So what she used to do was she was like, "Well, I never got to see my soap operas last night, so we're going to watch them together as a treat." We didn't complain. We didn't get to do much work. Anyhow, I came across a character called Steph who fueled my creative writing juices. And ever since then, I've just made Steph a staple in my video game creations. Su Min and Ming are sisters. Yeah. Su Min is a manager and she wouldn't be very good in the ring. Enough said. Ming, oh, very good. Psycho. Psycho's original team partners, I haven't got a clue where they are. I tried to check them out recently, but oh, the Xbox wouldn't load, and I was just like, ugh, here we go. But I'm pretty sure I remember who she had as a team. Dolores is a Las Vegas showgirl. I suppose she could be similar to Sister Act, but she's not. You know, she's just a showgirl nun. And like, I had her created long before I even thought about Sister Act, and then I was like, oh. But then I was going to delete her years ago. I was going to delete her, and then I was like, well, no. My first thoughts weren't Sister Act, so I'm keeping her. Glow, Queen Kong, and Dementia from Glow Wrestling in the 80s. Spike and Chainsaw from Glow Wrestling in the 80s. They were wild. Hello, anyone there? B. Smith is a character from Prisoner Cell Block H, and she was one of the meanest prisoners, but no, one of the toughest prisoners. She wasn't mean, really, unless she had to be, you know, unless you were a pusher. True Connection, she's a character that never took off, and I don't usually change a character's moveset. I really don't. But I gave her a second chance, Saloon, and I changed her moveset and I jazzed her style up a bit, and she looks okay. High Flyers. As you can see, they're wearing a Paman logo. Paman was a famous airplane company in the 60s, and they used to wear these blue suits, so they did. And these little hats and little wings and stuff on their blazers. But the logo for the company is blue, so I decided I would stick them in beautiful pink trolley dolly outfits. And as you can guess by their name, if you didn't, high flyers, they're very high flying movesets. Now I'll tell you when they were first introduced later on. We have Injection. Basically, I wanted to create two gothic nuns. Two gothic nuns? No, I did not want to create two gothic nuns. They come later. I wanted to create two gothic nurses. Kind of like evil, cyberpunkish nurses. Two gothic, evil, cyberpunkish nurses. Kind of, you've seen the movie Monster with Marilyn Manson and Macaulay Culkin. Similar to that. But they're original, obviously. I haven't seen that movie in nearly 10 years. These are an original creation. I was going to have them in both in black and red because it looked cool. And then the white and the red was just a nice contrast of her ginger hair. And I'm not saying that to be racist, it was a nice contrast. Then I was like, yeah, I'll have one of each. But her alternative outfit is black and her alternative outfit is white. Mix and match. Japanese Express, they're real wrestlers. Jive Mamas. I don't think these three characters are some of my favorite blaxploitation characters of all time. They're solo characters, but for the purpose of this video, I put them into a group, Legs and Co. Now, Legs, I used to write down the combinations for creating a character, and that was grand. And Legs in the red was created a very long time ago. But little did I know, or did I not cop on, says you, the video games change. So I'm keeping the combinations for legs, face, hair, nails, makeup. Um, and over the years, she started to look really ugly. 50% lips 10 years ago was not the same as now, for instance. So her combinations were a little bit odd. And as the years went on, she started to look ugly. And I'm like, but this is her combo. I don't know how she's starting to look ugly. Anyway, basically she ended up looking like Jackie Stallone. 100% she ended up looking like Jackie Stallone. Now, little did I know at the time that Jackie Stallone was actually a wrestler. How about that? I was like, oh, fuck. Wow. Because I was watching a documentary. It was with a couple of mates. We were having a few drinks, and there was a documentary on Channel 4. The worst botched facelifts and boob jobs and whatnot. And Jackie Stallone was on it, and I was like, oh God, that's my created wrestler. So I revised her. I kept the same outfit, but I made her look better. Trust me. Um, Now the game is broken. See the fur coat? Well, that is what is actually on her breast. See the red lump on her breast? That is actually the fur coat because the game is so broken. Debbie. Debbie is based on the character from the Addams Family, but she's more original than anything else. Um, she's just slightly based on her in the fact that, well, she's not even based on her, just the hairstyle really and the attitude, I guess. But yeah, Nurse Janet, a staple in my games, I guess. As you can see, Nurse Janet in the front. Lemonettes. I seen a Japanese commercial for a lemon soft drink starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was posing and flexing his muscles, and to the left of the screen there was two Japanese girls wearing yellow bikinis, shimmering and shimmying and spinning their tassels. And my creative juices got flowing, and I created the lemonettes. Now they did have a coconut bra last year that looked like a melon or a lemon. Looked like fruit, and that's what one of the characters was wearing. But this year the fruit bikini has disappeared. The liquid gold. Basically, I seen a TV show on YouTube when I was flicking around, and it was called American Bandstand or American. I don't know. I think it was called American Bandstand, kind of like Top of the Pops in America. Um, but on this particular show, they didn't have Legs and Co. like Top of the Pops did. They had dancers that were similar, but they were called solid gold dancers. And it got me thinking, I'm going to make two solid gold dancers. And I did. Here we are. Um, and I was like, if I'm going to make one of them has to be black and the other has to be white. Because I'm into diversity. I really am. Um, these two, Carmen and Gloria. Basically, I wanted to make two Italian mob ladies, and I did. Headcase and Dementia. Um, Dementia is just crazy gothic. Headcase does a lot of moves with her headbutting and whatnot. Mamacita and Mel. Mel is the skinny one. Basically, what happened was I found that particular pattern that she's wearing, And I got thinking to myself, I want to create somebody using that pattern. And then I said to myself, a melon is quite large. So I think I'm going to make a big girl dressed in a melon costume. And I did. And she did not look very good. And that is Mamacita. She did not look good. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm going to delete. So I press delete. And it asks me if I want to delete. And then I just press no. And I just decided at the last second, you know what, I'm going to make her skinny and see if it changes anything. And it did. She looked amazing with muscles and a nice physique. And that's where Mel came in. So I decided, okay, now I have Mamacita and Mel. Now I originally made Mamacita Mel's manager because it made more sense. And then Mel, and then Mamacita really impressed me in the ring. So she did. And oh yeah, she impressed me in the ring. And they ended up becoming the tag champions. Briefly. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I still give managers movesets, but sometimes they impress me that I use them for more than managers. Now, I tend to I don't really create somebody unless I can give them an alternative outfit. Even if it's just a color swap, like this, for instance. Their alternative outfit is turquoise. Um, the black and the white is mixed up, and so on and so on. So I don't create a character unless I can give them an alternative outfit of some description. Or in my head, I don't actually have to give it to them, but in my head, I don't want them to be a one-trick pony. Um, well, these guys, they don't really have I don't think they have an alternative outfit. I'm not sure. I think they might have gold cat suits as their alternative outfits. The Mamacitas, they have the Chiquita Banana outfits as the Carmen Miranda, the yellow and the blue outfits as their alternatives, and you'll get to see that in a second, maybe. May and Mula, oh yeah, they're real. No Cause, Big Lenny and Miss Trunchbull. I don't know why they're a team, but just for the purpose of the video. Now, Big Lenny is not a Nazi, and she is no way associated with Hitler, Nazism, anything like that. Basically, what I wanted to do was, now when I created her, I didn't think of Nazism at all. I was seeing a picture for the Winter Olympics of 1941 or 1940, or was it 1942? I don't remember. But the Winter Olympics of that particular time was being held in Germany, and the official logo for the Winter Olympics was the swastika, and all the teams wore swastikas on their jumpers and their logos because that was the official logo. So that's what people wore. And you didn't have to be German. You didn't have to be anything. That's the logo. And then of course Hitler stole it for his own purposes. But before that, it was used for the Winter Olympics. And I seen this Russian lady. Now she wasn't as big as that, but I exaggerated. And she was a shot put thrower, And I seen a picture of her wearing a jumper, little crappy jumper, and the swastika, and she was getting ready to throw her ball, and she had a javelin in the other hand, I think. And yeah. So I said, I'm going to create her in my own formation. So what I done was, I gave her like PVC leather. I was going to make a gothic dominatrix shot put thrower. And then I put the swastika on her. And then I realized, oh, yeah, she possibly could be a Nazi. No, a punk. And then I decided, you know what? She's not a punk. That's not what I created. She just happens to look like that because she's a big, burly thing. Now, I could get rid of it if I had to. But as I said, it has nothing to do with Nazism. She's just a big girl, big Lenny. Miss Trunchbull, self-explanatory. None of that. Couple of nuns. Bernadette, the first nun. Agnes with the short hair. Bernadette would be bigger and stronger. Agnes would be more flighty and technical. And power suits. Mags McCarthy and Holly Wood. You get it? Holly Wood. I did have two other characters. Carol and Charms Leachman. So I did. And there were two managers. Carol was good. Carol pops up every now and again. But I only made Carol and Charms in 2K19, so I decided not to remake them, and I decided to maybe try some new managers. Now, once again, Mags McCarthy is a gangster's moll, and she had to be with somebody, so I put her with a character called Holly Wood. Manager. Did you get it? That's pretty neat. And she does look like kind of like a movie star. She is actually based on a movie star. Jean Carmen. No. Rita. No. I forget. The Rubettes. Okay. A little bit of a history on the Rubettes. The one in the red, who is Rubette. And the one in the green is Swamp. And the one with the frilly bits is Ma Ru. And basically what happened was I decided I was going to create Shiva from Mortal Kombat. And then that ended really fast. I said no. I decided I was going to create this character that looked like Swamp Thing. You know, female Swamp Thing with scars and stuff all over her body. You know, like Swamp Thing in the movies and the comic books. And I said no. But they were created in some shape or form. They looked crap. Then I looked at my wall, and I have a poster, a movie poster, on my wall called Mother's Day. And basically the plot of Mother's Day is two boys kill people to keep their mama satisfied. And I decided, what about a role reversal? What if it was two daughters that done the killings to keep mama satisfied? And here we are. So, yeah. Now, here's where it gets a bit tricky. Who do you think is the strongest in that team? It's Ma-Ru. How is that? Okay. So I created the characters. Blah, blah, blah. I mixed up their names by mistake. And as you can tell, Swamp was meant to be the strongest. But I got Ma-Ru and Swamp mixed up. So when I went in to give moves, I wasn't going to give Ma-Ru very good moves because, well, she's kind of a manager for the two girls. So Swamp ended up getting Ma-Ru's moves, and Ma-Ru ended up getting Swamp's moves. Ma-Ru is one of the strongest wrestlers I've ever created, and she's amazing. Like, what the fuck? Shocking. Swamp has a lot of clumsy moves, but it fucking suits her. So the two wrongs ended up making two rights. As for Rubette, she's just a very generic moveset. I created the moveset, but it's generic. Okay, Nutjob. Well, okay, Nutjob Babs. Well, her name is Miss Nutjob. I was going to call her Miss World, but I didn't. So she's based on a Miss World, but her name is Miss Nutjob. But I also wanted to call her Babs, and I couldn't quite fit it in anywhere. It was like Nutjob Babs. It just didn't work, but I did it anyway. I seen that logo, Jesus Saves, in a movie. I located a version of it. I done a bit of GIMP work on it to enhance the presentation. I edited, made sure that it was transparent. I uploaded it to the video game, and I created Mary. Now, who is Miss Nutjob? Basically, she always comes second in everything she does. And she got angry over time. I came second in Miss World, I came second in Miss Ohio, Miss California, Miss Meat of whatever, Miss fucking Cadillac, whatever. So she comes second in everything she does. And now she's after going crazy. And now she's called Miss Nutjob. And she's top of her game when it comes to the nuts. And she's a crazy wrestler that will stop at nothing to get the gold. And I think it's a brilliant idea. TNT. Tina Turner and Nicole Bass. Yeah, made Tina Turner a long time ago. My friend kept asking for her, and she just became a staple kind of in my creations. And she's quite fun to make because she wears such fucking out there outfits. Nicole Bass is the world's largest female bodybuilder and wrestler. And she's most popular. She's probably known for more so the 90s than anything. She sadly died a couple of years ago. But yeah. She tried to sue WWE over something. The Tropics. Mountain Fiji is a character from Glow Wrestling, but this is my interpretation of her. And Musoa is a character that I created a long time ago, and I decided to bring her back because I felt it was the right time. Voodoo, Big Bad Mama, and Black Widow. Big Bad Mama is from Glow Wrestling, and Black Widow is an original creation. Now she did wear, I forgot what she looked like actually when I was creating her last year. So what I done was I gave her hair that covered her face so you couldn't see anything except her mouth. You know, like the singer Sia, or Sia, or Sia, however you pronounce it. But that's pretty much what I did. I gave her hair that covered her face, and she was wearing a black and white asylum uniform that said Asylum on the front and Black Widow on the back. Now she is in no way associated with Arkham City, Batman, Marvel. No, she's an original creation. Similar, I guess, but she's an original creation. Now her logo says it's an hourglass, you know, like a Black Widow spider, and it should be black. No, it should be red. But this game is broken, and every time I color in her triangles red, it reverts them back to white. So I gave up trying. Lilith and Coven, two witches. Um, they're just two witches. One is an earth witch, and the other is kind of a generic dark witch. Lilith in the purple is based on two people. She's original, obviously, but style-wise, the Grand High Witch from the Witches, and Mystic Meg, who tells your fortune. She's a fortune teller, an astronomer. I can't pronounce that word. I really can't. Okay, so let's have a look at the created superstars. I don't think you can see. Oh, there's a few more. Okay, we have to go through them. I'm going to tell you when they were created. Agnes would have been created in 2007. Oh, Anna Williams would have been created in 2007. 2017, 2007, 2007, 2017, 2019, 2017, to 1999, 2020, 2017, 2020, 2020, a mother and a daughter Cherokee, two Cherokees. Oh, 1999. 2007, 2018, oh, 1999, 2007, I don't remember, I've met her a few times, 2007, 1999, same I guess, because they're similar, 1999, 2020, I don't remember, 2007, I discontinued her because her name is Fat Anne, and the word fat is racist apparently now, but she's just a big fat biker chick, you know, and I don't mean any harm by her, calling her fat, but yeah, 2020, 2007, 2017, 20, 2017, 2020, that's supposed to be Yoko Ono actually, not finished yet though. Gem, ugh, let's keep on, I was just trying, I was seeing if it would work and it didn't. 2017, 1999, 2017, 17, 1999, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 20, 17, I make Mortal Kombat characters all the time, so I don't remember. 1999. So when I say 1999, that's 1999 and up. Like, yeah. 2018. And she was first introduced into Soul Calibur. Now, some of these wrestlers do cross appearances. So, like Ming would appear in Soul Calibur 6 and all the other ones where you can create characters. But she'd look different in Soul Calibur than she would in wrestling. So it's similar, kind of a generational thing. Yeah, she was, yeah, 2017. 2017. I tried to make one of the Misfits from Gem and the Holograms, and the Misfit worked out better than Gem, so yeah, there you go. Doesn't she look pretty neat? Mom is actually the the mother of Disco. And Benita. Now there was no fuck up with the moveset this time because Mom is not the best. She's okay, I guess, but she's not the best. There's that hideous gem. Now in 2K19, if I was to do that, it would go between the two movesets. To 2017, 1999, 99, 20, 99, 2007, 17, 2007, 2020, but it's been deleted. 1999, 2017. Yeah, these wrestlers they don't know, these are going to be deleted. These are random creations. Oh, 2017. 1999, I reckon. 1999. Same. 2017. No, 2018. This is only our second game. 1999. 2020. I don't think she's going to hang around though, but I could stick her with Spice and spice it up a bit, having two totally random characters together. That could work actually. Pretty sure 2K 2020. So there you go. That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's great that I can record and tell you shit, but yeah, thanks for watching.